Welcome to the replay. I am thrilled to be here with you today. We are going to dive into the throat chakra, into your throat chakra, and 3 things that block your throat chakra. And these 3 things are really things that happen all the time that we kind of just allow to happen because of fear, because of self-doubt, because of all these things. So we're going to dive into it today and discuss how your throat chakra gets blocked by these 3 things. So if you are here today, give me a little wave, let me know. I'd love to connect with you here on Thursday Tea. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Katie Bach, an intuitive spiritual guide and mindset coach, guiding women to clear their blocks, rediscover their power, and really live a life that they love. So before we dive into the throat chakra today, our tea is an Earl Grey tea with lavender. And I chose this tea for today because lavender can be really good for opening up the throat chakra. It's very calming for our nerves, and it really allows us to open up and have that clear expression in a calm way, chilling our nerves and allowing us to express our truth. So that is our tea today. If you are drinking something, tea, coffee, water, whatever it is, let me know. If you have a favorite drink, I'd love to hear about it. So let's dive into the throat chakra. The throat chakra is like your center of truth. It's your authenticity, it's where your truth lives, and it's your space of expression. And so there are 3 things that really block the throat chakra. And in all honesty, many of us have a throat chakra block in some way, shape, or form because it has to do with expression. And if we're being honest with ourselves, if you are being honest with yourself and I'm being honest with myself, we probably have had moments where we aren't fully expressing that truth, and that will block the throat chakra. So in some way, shape, or form, we probably have a throat chakra block, even if it's a minor one. So what are the 3 things that really majorly block our throat chakra? The first one is pretending. Anytime you pretend to be okay, anytime you pretend to be someone you're not, anytime you pretend, it doesn't have to be a full-blown lie, just pretending to be something, pretending to enjoy something. And not only will pretending block your throat chakra, but when you're pretending to enjoy something or you're pretending to be okay when you're not, it's also going to block up your solar plexus chakra because you're not in that flow of flowing with what you feel and flowing with life. You're coming into the space of trying to control how you feel. And so pretending creates this major block, not only in your throat chakra, but in your sacral chakra as well. And it really has this ripple effect out into your other energetic centers, out into your other chakra centers as well. So pretending, can you consider for a moment, have you been pretending in life? Pretending that you are okay with something, pretending that you feel okay when you really don't. And sometimes we have this thing called toxic spirituality or spiritual bypassing, where we are trying to be toxically positive all the time and feel good all the time because that attracts abundance and all these things, but that's pretending. And when we come in that space of pretending, we're blocking up that throat chakra. You're blocking your truth. You're blocking that center of expression. But you also start to block your flow, which means when you're pretending to feel good because you want to attract abundance, you're actually blocking your abundance because you're blocking the flow of what you're feeling. So really, attracting abundance is not about always being positive and always feeling good. It's a lot about staying connected to who you are and not pretending, but acknowledging your truth, your feelings, and allowing them to flow in a way that you're comfortable with. And then as you've processed them, you come back around to that joy and abundance and that feeling good. So pretending will majorly block up your throat chakra. That's number 1. Number 2, second thing that will majorly block your throat chakra is not listening. And sometimes we think of listening as just listening to others when they're speaking, when you're in a conversation with others. And that's not the case. Listening is a huge part of connecting with yourself. Listening to your body's wisdom, listening to your intuition, listening to your heart. All of these things Every time you have a thought, every time you have a feeling, there is a message there for you. There is inspiration hidden behind it, and there is a truth to it. And when you listen to what's coming up for you in your body, when your body's like, no, pause, rest, and you listen to it, you don't pretend. You begin to understand yourself further, and you actually give yourself what you need, which in essence is everything that will unblock your energy systems, that will unblock whatever is blocking you in this time. So listening not only has the power to unblock your throat chakra, but all your chakras. Because when you listen to your body and you listen to your heart and you listen to your intuition, that inner wisdom, you open up these doors for healing to occur, for your blocks to shift, for you to feel good again. And so when you don't listen, if it's with yourself, if it's in a conversation with someone else, when you don't listen, you create these blocks in your throat chakra. And when you listen, you clear blocks not only in your throat, but in all your chakra centers. So number one thing that majorly blocks your throat chakra, pretending. Number two, not listening. And this is not just not listening with others. This is not listening to yourself, to your truth, to your body, your intuition as it's speaking to you. And number three is judgment. Now, judgment is a big term because we have personal judgments that we place on ourselves, and then we have the judgments of the world and our families and our friends and society. We have all these judgments that kind of come at us all the time. And if we allow these judgments to determine who we are, how we act, then they will block our throat chakra. So judgments, it can be a huge thing to discuss. So let's just focus for a moment on your personal judgments. The personal judgments that you have upon yourself, that you place upon yourself. These judgments can block your throat chakra because if the judgment that you have learned or you believe or you place on yourself, let's go with perfectionism, right? This is a big one. I've struggled with this. I know many of us struggle with perfectionism. You are not alone. I promise you that. You are not alone. But perfectionism, when we're trying to be perfect all the time, when we're trying to do all the things, we step into this space of pretending. We're pretending to be okay. We're pretending to have energy when we don't anymore. Because we're just striving for this perfection. We're striving to be perfect and to fit everyone's boxes and to be what everybody wants us to be. And really, we're not okay. You're not being true to yourself. You're not being yourself. And so that judgment of needing to be perfect, that judgment of I'm not perfect because I haven't done this, or this is the right way to do it and this is the wrong way to do it, it blocks up that truth that sits in your throat chakra. It blocks you from your authenticity. And your truth and your authenticity is your key to alignment. It is your key to feeling good. It's your key to being free and fulfilled. So when we allow these judgments to block us, that's what's going to happen. It's going to block us. It's going to block that throat chakra. So what can we do about this? Pretending is the first thing, right? Well, we cannot pretend. We can acknowledge how we feel. We can acknowledge what our truth is. We can start expressing ourselves in ways that we feel comfortable with, in ways that you feel comfortable with. And maybe that starts with just writing it down in your own personal journal. Not listening, okay, start listening. What is your body telling you? What is your intuition telling you? What is your heart telling you? Listen from that space, right? And just a thing about listening, when we're talking about our body's wisdom and we're talking about intuition, sometimes if we are not in our body, we're not hearing the actual wisdom that we have because we're in another moment and time. Sometimes our trauma does this, past experiences does this. So it's really, really important when we're talking about listening to your body, listening to your intuition, to get in your body in the present moment so that you can hear clearly what's being said from your body and your intuition. So taking time to take a few breaths and get into your body and into the moment is really going to help you to listen clearly and to understand what's being said and not feel all the chaos of, is this my intuition? Is this my ego? Is this my heart? What's going on here, right? It's going to help you to listen with ease. And the judgments. How do we combat these judgments? The first thing is recognizing that we have them. recognizing the judgments that you are placing on yourself. First step, acknowledging that, becoming mindful of them. And then starting to say, how can I shift this? How can I say, I'm struggling with perfectionism. I am choosing to not be concerned with perfectionism anymore, and I'm going to do the best I can. Because that's enough. It's always enough, right? Just shifting that mindset, using mantras to shift it out of those judgments, to clear those throat chakra blocks and really be able to express your truth, to live in your truth. Because the biggest thing that sits in your throat chakra and the biggest thing that we're afraid of in that space is that you actually have all the power in the world. You have all of it. You have your truth. You have the ability to live in your truth. And it's just embodying that power and not being so afraid of it. So, 3 things that majorly block your throat chakra: pretending, not listening, and judgment. Through Chakra Reset Week, we are going to be working through all our chakra blocks to clear them out, to rediscover that power, and to come back into your alignment, to really start feeling good as we clear those blocks out of your chakra system. I would love to see you there. It is totally free. We kick off September 27th, and you can join at katiebach.com/CRW. If you are here today, give me a little wave. Let me know if you're feeling those throat chakra blocks. Let's chat about it. Let's open up and really start clearing out those throat chakra blocks, because you deserve to live in your truth and to feel that beautiful power that is within you. All right, lots of love to you. I will see you guys soon.